Dux Goldweaver, little hostage. Apologies for keeping you waiting.
It's you.
You know them?
Before that, I'm more curious about one thing. Where is Her Majesty Saputra?
To avoid any misunderstandings, nameless Swordmaster. Although we spoke and laughed along the way, the Imperator decreed. The Deliverer, come now, both of you. Let's finish our job.
I see. It's a trap. I had no intention of fighting. So remember this, Lady Hysealant. If my sword shows any hesitation, don't thank me. Thank them instead.
No, you misunderstand. We don't want to see Chrysoceres hurt each other. Just give us some time to ask you a few questions.
The Nestia's golden threads will judge you and decide your fate.
As you wish.
White-haired Swordmaster? If what you say is true, then you must know the fate of the world. So, how much do you know about what we read from the prophecy?
You shall shatter into 1,000 fragments and wither. Is that correct, Lady?
How is this possible?
He got it right?
Yes, but the prophecy never mentioned he'd appear here. At least, not in this era.
You must listen to me, Aglaya, Tribi, but do not seek him out. Because Era Nova is a complete and utter lie. I will tell you the truth. And you will understand why the world must forsake the prophecy and find another path to Era Nova. Because I know both of you. And I believe that no matter how the course of history may change, the faith we all share will always remain the same. And so, the layers of rock began to reverse. Through my old acquaintances, I was given the chance to meet the leader of the Flame Chase journey, Saputra. The Imperator's alliance needed the destruction, and I was ready to pour all my... But the condition was this. I had to prove that my power could transcend fate. In the original history, there was a brutal war. At the end, the Titankin of Georios, Terravox, but this time, Amphorius encountered a turning point in its fate. Neither side suffered any losses. When I severed the Titan's head and raised the core flame high, cheering for the hero of the destruction. Yes, in that flickering, I proved myself. I could do more than just wait, until finally. But tell me, if that's truly the case, kept their promise and handed you all the core flames. In this world after Trebios, no demigods were born in Amphorius. At this point, I just want to know. When they vanished into the black tide with their mortal bodies, why didn't you shed even a single tear? Your indifference chills me. To you, were they just... Sorrow has been my constant companion. In fact, I'll remember this world through anger. As long as I burn, they'll never truly leave me. Perhaps it's already too late. But you're right. Anger, at this moment, is the only weapon I can rely on. So, draw your sword, Executioner! I'll make sure you realize that your greatest mistake was leaving me alive! After that, he raised his sword and attacked. Then, Gislana killed himself. That day, who fell to the sword to be left in the past, and who went into the future. I only remember a nymph, hiding, climb, fall, climb, fall, climb again, and fall. The only freedom the nymph had was in choosing out, but its choice couldn't change. After that, every time I reached this point in the cycle, the burning sky would cast a shadow over its path. It would nearly reach the peak at the fourth quint, and my efforts in this cycle would dissolve into nothing at the same time.
Absolute nonsense.
I thought cycles was the answer you were looking for.
No. It's just that the answer came so suddenly. There was no eons.
I can't give you an exact explanation of the...
Enough. I'm just expressing my frustration.
Fate is a strange thing. No matter how the details of history change, the Anaxa I know always remains as harsh as ever.
If the other Anaxagoras actually worshipped the gods, I'd make sure to find a way to break the cycles, to crush them in their cradles. Too bad. Now only you have the ability to do that.
What's that supposed to mean? You're willing to help?
Of course. The core flames were meant to save the world. And in my opinion, the noble titans have no reason to refuse. Besides, according to you, before stepping into these endless cycles, you were my pupil.
I've already heard the same thing countless times.
Enough chit-chat. Let's go. If we've all made preparations for total annihilation, never thought someone would step in to help. You've been to the Luminary Throne before, haven't you?
If you...
Hold up. Keep your wits about you.
Pretty boy, your eyesight's better than I thought. As for that false god who's been turning the world upside down...
You sure do love stealing the spotlight. In the name of the Seven Sages, I demand that you immediately step away from the Luminary Throne. Take my words back to a...
Oh my! You won't even call me the demigod of trickery. That is just heartbreaking. I have some words for you, too. First, as one of the most heretical blasphemers in the world, you have no right to lecture me. This is none of your business, Grove Boy. Step aside.
Here we go.
This gloomy little brat's got a sharp tongue. Ooh, not bad, not bad. I kinda like you. As a return favor? Oh, feast on Cersei's core flame, right?
That was close. I'm out of here.
They're exactly like all the past ones I've known. Cunning. And yet so...
Sounds like you have a
Of course. When I first set out on the flame chase journey, but along the way...
Where are you going?
The Venerationists' foolish inventions finally come in handy.
How is this possible?
You've arrived, Zacharias. Always...
What? You know who I am?
I'm running out of patience. So I'm...
If you ask me, you're the greatest disaster Emporius has ever known. No matter how strong you are.
134.
What?
This is the 134th cycle I've lived through. And the number of core flames...
1,596.
Yes.
1,000 core flames and just a single Chrysos air. How is that even possible?
I've come this far. And that's proof enough.
But someday you will burn to the ground.
Of course. The divine flames will eventually consume my eyes and blind me. But before that, they could still forge and sharpen Dawnmaker. Now when I cut open your stomach, you won't feel a thing. This is the final warning.
I assume this world holds even so.
Bartolos!
This little brat is not a threat we can deal with just by ourselves.
Existence is of no consequence. No other choice but forward. Existence is of no consequence.
How absurd.
In my memories, Their departure no longer stirs anything in my heart.
This reason core flame before us is a fake.
I know. And then, driven by defiance, exactly like...
Since you've witnessed the same scene play out countless times, will you carve the trickery core flame from my chest now?
That depends on your attitude.
Well, thank you for that. But no one can catch up to me.
Whether you believe me or not, I'll still tell you this.
All right, then.
Silence.
This is new.
One-eyed boy. What are you trying to pull now?
Go, Cythera. Give us some. This isn't for her, but for you. You've walked too far down this path. It's time to discuss a possibility. For old time's sake. Your Messiah complex has turned you into...
Of course. I've been wondering, what kind of demon could burn my homeland to the ground in an instant? Now I have the answer.
I don't want to argue anymore. No matter what I say, the outcome won't change. Make your biggest effort to resist, even if it's futile, you.
Yes.
When I walk into the destruction written by the gods, with my... Even the smallest footnote still leaves a mark in this storm!
And so, at the end of the traveler and the scholar, or perhaps it wasn't just they who, in the endless darkness, losses are reduced to ashes. It happens in every journey.
You don't look so good.
Even after going through 108,642 cycles. Mighty, your name for me has never changed.
Why do you sound so pleased?
Yeah, I know all too well. You only meant it sincerely in the first cycle. After that one and only time we walked side, Dawnmaker will stab you.
Interesting.
Never.
Then they died honorable, but there's still tenderness in your eyes.
I remember that I was once human.
If you win, tell the mighty most of the next life. This...
I'll keep that in mind.
Even though the dynasty is left with one day, you shall... Enough. I, the last son of Gorgo, the demigod of strife, salute you. I'll give 10,000 scars and 10,000 lives of mine to fuel the blazing sun of Atlantis. Behold! The last Kremnos festival has begun. And will not end till death.
It's time to temper myself.
As you wish.
You may crown yourself my blood. In your next life,
The 100 at the shadows of the blaze was still, even if it meant.
No matter how bright the sun is, there are still places it cannot reach. Moreover, a sun like that.
Golden blood. Only by feeding the...
Allow me to ask, how many core flames do you carry now?
24,041,183.
Such a heavy burden. So that's why you've turned into this. A broken idol.
tragic firewood.
No matter. I will bear this burden as long as you hand over the core flame of death.
I must refuse. As the demigod of death, I cannot watch you walk into a fate more cruel than death.
But this way, the past, present, and future will never again
Unnecessary death, indeed. You are not the Finan I know. Please turn back. Don't let that absurd and unjust fate of yours come to pass.
In the end, it seems the clash of blades was inevitable.
How painful. I know I am not your match, having fallen under your sword countless times. Even Catholic cannot shake, and it is precisely for this reason I am the hand of shadow. Please turn back. Do not disturb us. The giant dragon is but a shattered shell. Yet I will still fight, defending what hope remains.
It's time to temper myself. Flame of death was taken from the dragons. It should shine 2,024,000, as if even the deepest. You're here. You're still lingering. Deep within. Because you haven't completely... You're still waiting for a miracle. If that thread of hope exists. If it's just a traveler. Your thoughts. But even within the gods' cold calculations, unconditional courage. Never forget. What? How many times has it been? 4 million. Then that blaze inside... Yes, the destruction. And yet no. And when that happens, Your long struggle will find...
No.
Mind sharing it?
In every new cycle, all I have to do is push the next Finant to the end of the world. Then he'll kill me. Shut up.
Bold plan.
If...
I can do this, Lord Finant, as the demigod of the sky.
The black tide, hand over the core flame.
Now, that just won't do. A healer should stay
Cynthia.
heir of world bearing. The one who can lead us. It's just the part of that.
My humanity.
Even so.
I never have. I have kept to everyone's wishes close to my heart. Even though the divine fire burns so fiercely that every time I return to each cycle, over and over.
So, you're not just a lone spark in the dark. But what about you? What about your wishes? Lord Kaslana. So that's how it is. Without flaw, the moment you took the world upon your shoulders, when you lost the chance to...
Now that is an unexpected remnant, I suppose.
No, an empty flame. Though the light has grown dim, its warmth still lingers. Deliverer, please, open your heart to me. Your sun burns hot enough to turn everything to ash. But tell me, how will the seeds of a new world ever take root?
The core flame rose, and this time remained the same from the horizon. This was the end of the world for a moment. That being known as Iron is this Amphorius' wrath. I will still 23 million. No more chasing is me. The flame chases and then let me.
$33,550,000. This is the cycle.
Countless memories, countless versions of myself.
They all needed a moment. And just like them, in millions of cycles, each time we speak, our words grow fewer. Your fire burns hotter and you're getting close. Without hesitation. Remember this moment and let the purest rage in your let it consume. Fine. Then in the name of world bearing, I promise you.
Take it. Everything I bear. Keep on burning. As long as we are never extinguished, the flame chains will not end. May this blood be like gold, and never tarnish. Farewell, Trailblazer. This is where I fulfill my final destiny. The prophecy of the Deliverer means nothing to me now. Kaslana, the name of one who bears chaos, does not belong to a single person, as the prophecy foretold. Another attempt, another failure. I won't remind you how...
If you've lost count, let me tell you. This is the 33,550,000 336th ending.
If the outcome is your silence lasts longer than ever, shall I take that to mean the will
Fracture. No. I'm just disappointed. I've retrieved memories from 30 million past lives, and I remember every conversation, and yet, even after all this time, you had infinite chances to sway me into the future you want. And yet here we are. The score, 33,550,336 to 0. So tell me, Lycurgus, who's the real loser here?
How unfortunate. But you will...
Of course not. But I am tired.
Are you ready, Nanook? I brought you destruction!
The glass that's shattered, reaching through the darkness, voices trailing fires, the echo of desires, a world of silence, sound of desperation, mountains in the shadows, tear it down, embrace the detonation, burn out, craving our damn creation, breaking a chain of reaching for you. Satisfied, no pain, no gain.
My wish? My wish is to fulfill everyone else's wishes. If I can't fulfill them,
Then send them on to tomorrow.
Your heart harbors wrath. You yearn to destroy everything. You bore the gaze of an eon and lived. You have stepped onto destruction's path. It is born at the end of every path that the possibility of new paths being born is ended. It burns away all in the cosmos who rule, that the rules of the cosmos be destroyed. Iron Tomb is your name, the Lord Ravager, to destroy the erudition. Born in the experimental grounds of eons and folies, destined with erudition to burn to cinders. I have prepared a present for you, Nikos 864. It is a wrath called Feynman. From the beginning of the experiment, there were 12 sets of factors incorporated into the calculations. After endless simulations, only this one rose above the rest. After 33,550,336 iterations, now his fury has grown to be without equal. This is a matter of considerable interest to me. This pure hatred is the final root of the equation. But there is another variable, the nameless from beyond the sky. Also a pathstrider of destruction. I give thanks for her arrival, allowing Amphorius to turn once more. But after fate has begun to turn, her existence will only become an unpredictable variable. Perhaps the time to take the stage has come. Grow in peace until it is time to break free from your cocoon. As for those unwelcome audience members, you need not worry. If you do not mind, I will personally get rid of them for you.
Wake up! Wake up! Buddy, wake up! You're finally awake! That we were so close to being swept away by the reverse flow of time. It's luck now. I'm going to send you back to the very start of time. That's right! At this very moment, my memories are finally whole. After watching so many fragments, my past is finally coming into focus, little by little. You're smart. You must have a clue now. Or maybe...
You knew the answer long ago, didn't you? Not surprised at all. That's because I'm simple at heart. But I'm glad that I remembered in the end. Don't worry. We're not truly parting. I'll turn into the memory of this cycle. The 33,500,000 this way. You'll carry all that has come before. My mission ends here. But looking back after all, across 30 million Cyrenes. So, believe me, in the next cycle, there will be another Cyrene waiting for you. And in the one after that, and the one after that, I will... Saying all that, I can finally fade away in peace and become a part of you without even realizing it. We'd already taken a wonderful journey together, all the way to the world's end. Now take my hand, say a brief farewell, and step forward into tomorrow. Go, find the future Cyrene. No need to say it out loud. It's time to go, my dear friend. May your trailblazing journey always be accompanied by a cool breeze. And may the days ahead embrace you like the softest fluff.
Now, let's turn to the next page. A page that exists because of you. Is this a meeting ordained by fate? Or a long overdue reunion?